Hello everybody, I am Jedi Jack Penguin and welcome back to another LEGO Harry Potter review. So today we're going to be looking at set number 76406, the Hungarian Horntail Dragon. This set includes 671 pieces, retailing for $49.99 when it released June 1st in Europe, June 19th in North America 2022. Now you may notice, compared to its predecessors, this set happens to have a $10 price increase, and this is actually not included in the price increases that are forthcoming from LEGO. We don't know if there will be any changes with any of the other sets other than the Dumbledore's office at the moment of me recording this. But taking a look at the box art, still the same. We have a pretty much slightly bigger box than what we've gotten for the previous two flying creatures that we've gotten. If you don't know, we got both Hedwig and Fawkes the Phoenix. I'll be doing a comparison to both of those along with this later on in the video. Looking at the box art, we have the same style continued from last summer. Minifigures down at the bottom. You get this rocky background supposed to represent the first task, where you have Harry flying away from the Hungarian Horntail, which looks absolutely stunning. I'm really excited to build this and see how it turns out. Unfortunately, it's going to be attached to a stand and you won't be able to remove it from that. Maybe you can mock around with it, who knows. But as of this time, this is the best representation that we have ever gotten for the Hungarian Horntail, and I'm really excited to take a look at how it turns out. Flipping to the back of the box, you get another angle of the dragon. Just taking a look at the back, you get some measurements up from the top, and of course you have push tabs. As this being a $50 set, LEGO loves their push tabs this year. Let's open this up and take a look at the box contents. Included in the box, you get 5 numbered bags, a bag featuring your felt wings, in addition to your stickers and instruction manual. Before we look at the stickers and instructions, I did want to appreciate LEGO including this piece of cardboard to make sure that these weren't willy-nilly in our box. For the sticker sheet, you can see we have the dragon eyes and also the words Hungarian Horntail for the little stand included. Our instructions, following the same style that you're going to see for all the Harry Potter sets from now on. We have a booklet style. As we move to the back, you get your win guy, piece count for 2 pages. Same advertisement we've been seeing in all of these sets for the Hogwarts layout for this year and last, and then the final overall model for this particular set. For the one and only minifigure in this set, we have none other than Harry Potter himself in his outfit for the first task of the Triwizard Tournament. Now he gets 2 accessories, one being the wand in brown. Why isn't it dark brown like all the other sets? I don't know, just a small mishap, I guess. And then the other accessory being his firebolt, which he uses to escape the dragon. We'll also see the same build-up included in the Hogwarts Courtyard Sirius's rescue set, which is also really amazing that they include that as a book reference there. Really excited to review that. But anyways, as you can see, we get that new broom bottom piece with the anti-stud. You also use the handcuff pieces as where you can rest your feet, even though the minifigure feet don't actually go there. It's a nice build-up. It's certainly something different, and I think it works well just as LEGO trying to mimic these other broomstick styles. Now when it comes to the figure itself, we get the mid-size legs to represent year 4, though we also get what makes this figure exclusive, this brand new torso piece, where we get dual molded arms with printing, which I think makes this one of the best versions of Harry that we've ever gotten. Would have been nice to see some leg printing, though honestly not really necessary. You can see his name titled from the back, Potter with the little hoodie. And again, that sidearm printing is really nice for this figure. Get the dark gray hands for some gloves. You can also see his name from the front right there above the little Hogwarts logo, red and yellow for Gryffindor. And then you get the same facial expression that we got back in 2019 with the smirk. And then the angry and happy look from the back, and then you get the Lloyd hairpiece recolored in black, which we also saw back for the year 4 versions of Harry, which I think works very well for the year that they didn't get a haircut. Now that brings us to the final overall model for the Hungarian Horntail Dragon. Now this build, just like the last two flying creatures that we've got, comes with a special stand to display it, and also a special spot for your minifigure. Unlike the last two that actually included a separate stand for your minifigure, you actually get a transclear piece, so Harry can actually be fleeing the Hungarian Horntail on his firebolt. I think that is really cool. I love how they actually did that. It doesn't look like it wants to focus for me, but here you go. There's a look at Harry on his firebolt to get some of these translucent orange pieces to represent the flames from the bottom of the broomstick as the dragon is spitting out fire. I love that. You get that different type of clip piece connection, so you can bring it up or down if you want to toast Harry a little bit more or not. You also get the golden egg piece, which also came in the Advent calendar and the last set that we got the Hungarian Horntail Dragon in, so that's pretty cool to get for the third time ever. You get a sticker for the plate, which is fine. You know, we got a print last time for Fox, so I was hoping that we'd see a print here, but, you know, sticker is fine. We saw that for Hedwig as well, Hungarian Horntail, on that 2x4 tile piece. For the stand, we get more of a dark gray, light gray, black look just for like the rocky terrain during the first task, which I think works fine. I really like that they go out of their way to make specialized stands for all of these creatures. From the very back, you can see that we have the mechanism that you can spin to allow your dragon to fly, which I really love this feature. It's something that they perfected back in 2020. Very interested to see what we get next within this system. Now, looking at the rest of the dragon build, we might as well start from the head and work our way around the body. Now, when it comes to the head, we get stickers for the eyes on those slope pieces, which is a little annoying, but LEGO has to do what they have to do when it comes to adding stickers or prints. We also get the clip piece connection for the mouth, so you can actually bring that back and forth as he's spitting out flames, which we actually get this really cool dual molded flame piece with the purple and the orange. This is something that I wasn't really expecting them to do, so that's really neat that they actually went out of their way to make this a brand new mold for this particular set. I guess most of the budget might have went into making that a specialized piece in addition to those really nice dual molded arms there. But either way, really well done by LEGO. You can see the overall color scheme is the brown mixing with the tan. All of the spikes. I love all the spikes that they put on this guy, especially using some of these horn pieces, which I think were like the Minotaur horns, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. And you get the regular spike pieces, the medium ones, and a lot of different clip piece connections to make sure that those all go in a certain way. And you also get the ball joint for the head, so you can actually bring that up and down. You get two ball joint connections there just to make sure that it is sturdy. Moving to the wings, you can see that we have a lot of Technic pieces to build these up, and you also get this really nice felt wing piece, which you'll also see from the other side. I think this works very well and is a lot better than using bricks to actually build this up. You can see that we have all of these pin connections from the bottom that allow this to actually connect there, and again a bit of building on the side in addition to some Technic connections to make sure that everything works out in the dragon body as it moves along with your mechanism. Looking at the feet area from the back, I think these are done well, but I wish that they could move. That is really my only gripe from the back. You know, it isn't really necessary considering this is on a stand, but if this was able to be removed from the stand, I would have liked to have seen posability in the legs. That is really my only complaint, though I do really like how they turned out, especially like the feet from the bottom here. I think they look really nice to get all those different types of clip piece connections to make sure you have a sturdy connection for the feet back there and the little spikes for the claws. And you can move the little clip pieces from the bottom if you would like. Moving down the back, you can see all the different slope pieces and tile pieces just to round it out, leading down to the tail where we get this bionicle construction joint, leading to another one of those different type of clip piece connections, and finishing things off with a few of these ball connections, which brings you to the very end of the tail, which is probably one of my favorite parts from the back here. I really love how that turned out, all these different spike pieces just to make it pointy enough when you're trying to whack Harry with the tail. Lots of posability here, I really love that. Now before we get to our comparisons, I did want to show the flapping motion, which is one of the main attractions of this particular set, that you can make the dragon wings go up and down just like the Hedwig and Fox sets that we got in the last 2 years. Here's a look from this side. All you gotta do is move this lever around in circles and it will move the gear system that you can see right there, connecting the wings, and give you this flapping motion. For my first comparison, I wanted to take a look at the little baby we have here, the 2019 Hungarian Horntail, compared to the one that we got on this stand. Of course, you're going to get a lot more posability with this older version, as it was made as a playset, compared to this one that is more of a display set. I definitely prefer this one in terms of how big it is. This is probably a lot more size accurate to your minifigure. I also really like how they went out of their way to make a special flame mold, and also I think the wings look a lot nicer. Even though this dual molding is really neat, I think that the felt does a lot to make these wings feel a lot more unique compared to other dragon builds that LEGO has done in the past. And for my final comparison, I wanted to take a look at the two previous flying creatures we got, both Hedwig and Fox the Phoenix, which this one is actually a tiny bit bigger than those two creatures, which is actually kind of funny, and it is also in more of a minifigure scale compared to these, which is another thing that I think will draw people to this particular set compared to the last two. One thing that all three of these builds have in common, which is pretty obvious from the start, is the fact that you can spin the gear system that allows the wings to flap. It really feels like LEGO has conquered this particular design. I'm really interested to see if they continue making more into next year, like Buckbeak or maybe even a Thestral. Additionally, each of these come with their own specialized stands to represent what they are. Hedwig has more of a Gryffindor style stand. Fox is on a perch underneath some gold, probably to represent Dumbledore's office. And the Hungarian Horntail has that rocky terrain to represent the first task of the Triwizard Tournament. Each of these sets also feature an exclusive minifigure, and along with said minifigure, a miniature version of the creature included. Now, we don't get a miniature version of the Hungarian Horntail, though I think it would have been cool if we got a specialized mold or something of a miniature dragon, because if you don't know, before the first task of the Triwizard Tournament, each of the 4 champions got to select from a bag their dragon that they were going to face. And all of these were miniature small models of these dragons, and I think that would have been a really cool reference, though it seems that they instead decided to include the golden egg as the other accessory to go along with Harry. So overall, for $50, is this set worth it? I mean, for one thing, you get a brand new and exclusive version of Harry Potter with dual molded printed arms, which is really cool that we get that. But additionally, the build is actually in more of a minifigure scale compared to the last 2 flying creatures that we've gotten in this sub-theme. Now yes, it may be annoying that this is attached to a stand, but no doubt that's something that you can easily mock around with. But other than that, you can't tell me it's not fun to flap the wings of the Hungarian Horntail. That is definitely one of the coolest things in terms of play features included in this summer wave. And the amount of posability, say in the tail, I think really makes up for this being on a display stand. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, what your thoughts are on this set. Also remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you know every time I upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!